What is going on, guys? It's Skillsy here and welcome back to Gears Alert. This is episode 3. This time the game is out, so there's lots to talk about in regards to the game, and also there's been quite a lot happening in the community as well. So the first change that has been made is the drama in regards to the old Optic roster, who are kind of getting moved about a bit. As you might be aware, Optic dropped them a few weeks ago. They have new ownership, etc. I've already released a video regarding that, so if you want to check that out, feel free. So I'm not going to go into the full details again just now. But anyway, they moved from Optic to Tox Gaming. I believe Tox Gaming was always meant to be just a temporary home for them, but they've now been picked up by NRG, which is a slightly bigger organisation, which is kind of where they should belong, in a big organisation. Now, the Gears eSports scene did have a lot of big organisations in it a few years ago, like Envious, obviously Optic, and lots of other big orgs as well, but they seem to have like one by one dropped off. To be honest, one of the reasons that might be is the fact that Optic have been doing so well. That old Optic roster was just constantly winning, so if you're an org, why would you pay other players to come play Gears if you know they're most likely not going to win the grand prize, which might be the reason why so many orgs have dropped out. As much as the new NRG roster is amazing at the game, they're a fantastic team, the best esports team ever in all of gaming, due to their amazing success. It'd be good to see some new up and coming kind of team knock them off. It would just make the whole division a bit more interesting, rather than just in the same team win over and over and over again. That, to me, that kind of makes it a little bit boring. Just what's the point watching a stream if you know who the winner's going to be? So it'd be good to see a change at the top, so to speak. But yeah, it's well done to NRG for picking up this beast of a roster, and well done to the roster as well for getting picked up by this beast org. They announced the video in an amazing fashion. On their Twitter, they uploaded a video, and it was kind of all cinematic, like you had a briefcase and all that kind of thing, signing the contracts. So really sweet video, so well done to NRG for putting the time and effort and money into announcing these beasts joining their organisation. So next thing we want to talk about is the game itself. So Gears of War 5 has been out for just over a week now, and there's been quite a lot of issues. So far I've not really dived into campaign too much. I've played like a chapter or two, so I'm not going to talk about campaign as such. But the multiplayer, there's been a lot of issues. I'm probably going to do a separate video on the issues in regards to kind of talking about each game mode and go into it in more detail. So there's been a lot of issues in regards to Gears 5 when it first dropped. The game looks amazing, it feels amazing, but there's still lots of little things that can be tweaked. So hopefully the Coalition do tweak them. They are a kind of company that do listen to the fans. So for instance, people complaining there wasn't execution in ranked, and they've now put that into ranked because there's so much kind of uproar, so many people asking for it to be put in to the game in ranked playlist. For every reason, he had execution in a quick play playlist, which obviously you've not got the same kind of caliber of players in execution. So before escalation came out, execution was the game mode you'd play in esports, so having it in a quick play playlist is a bit daft. So now having it in a ranked playlist is a much better place to put it. Now, one of the reasons they did actually remove it from a set playlist and not have its own playlist was due to the fact not enough people were playing it. So you can't really blame them if people aren't going to be playing the playlist. What's the point of being there? But obviously it looks like a lot of people are unhappy about getting removed. So hopefully we'll see a lot more people play execution. It looks like we have went down to that more kind of team deathmatch, King of the Hill, where you're just getting repeated lives. Same with escalation as well, you're just getting lives. For me, when I played Call of Duty back in the day, I've not played Call of Duty in fucking ages, but back in the day I'd always play Search and Destroy. I just found those game modes where you've only got one life, you really need to make it count, a lot more intense, and it's a lot more enjoyable because you actually want to make sure you're doing the right moves, etc. You don't just run in going fucking mental. So yeah, I think bringing execution back into ranked is a fantastic play by the coalition. It's really good that they're listening to their fans as well. But yeah, hopefully the game will get better as time goes on when they fix all the wee small things. So once they've got all those things fixed, like the ping, etc., hopefully Gears is as good as they claim it to be. So moving on to the first bit of drama in the community since Gears 5 has came out. Now this one's kind of an odd one. It's more of an accusation rather than proof. That, as I say, 100% want to underline the fact this is just accusations. There is no proof, and me personally, I don't think it's true either. But I just want to put it out there because this has happened in the community, and that's my job, to tell you the drama in the community. So an ex-Morningstar streamer, Frags, decided to take to another streamer and accuse him of view botting. Now the streamer in question that he was accusing was Morningstar Glint. So it's a bit interesting, the fact that an old Morningstar streamer waits till he's out of Morningstar and accuses another Morningstar streamer of view botting on Twitch. So Glint's been in the community for a long time now. He obviously just now is a streamer, but back in the day he was more of a montager. He's more uploading on YouTube, and he'd go off really small views and small subs, and he was still happy with that. He was never a sort of person to really care too much about the exposure he got, etc. So personally, I don't think he's going to go out his way to get subs. Or views. I generally don't think he's that sort of person. But as I say, we're just bringing this into the limelight as it has been public. I know a lot of Morningstar people were standing up for Jake. There's also other rumours that it wasn't Jake or Glint that actually did the stream botting, the view botting, whatever you want to call it, that it was actually one of the other people in Morningstar. Now I'm not going to name names again because there's no actual proof, but Frags reckoned that while he was in Morningstar, someone from Morningstar was boosting his streams so that he would appear higher, and which obviously would showcase the Morningstar brand more. Again, can't stress it enough, this is all just accusations, so whether any of this is true or not, I'm not too sure. Maybe we'll find out in the future, but I genuinely don't think that Glint would personally view bot. Whether someone else has view botted his stream without him knowing, that's a possible case as well. But to be honest, I've started watching his streams more often now as well, and the guy's a fucking beast. So why would he need to view bot? Like, his content on Twitch is dope. He's doing fantastic for himself. So I really don't see any need for why he would need to view bot. So in my opinion, I don't think it's true, but I'll leave it to you to decide what you think has happened. So moving on to the next topic, I just want to say well done to SAS Shadows for hitting 85,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now in the Gears community, that is massive. I know in the scheme of YouTube in general as a whole, it's quite a small milestone. However, in the Gears community, that is massive. There's not that many channels in the Gears of War community that have even got 50,000 subscribers, never mind 85,000 subscribers. So all the best to Lee, trying to achieve 100,000. I hope he gets it by the end of the year or even before then. The way he's going, the way his channel's popping off, it looks like he's going to get that 100k very soon. To be honest, the guy has deserved it. He's put in a lot of work. He's put in probably more work than you really need to put in on a YouTube channel, but as it's a Gears community and we're quite a small community in regards to content, in regards to watching content, sometimes it's what you have to do. It's a bit ridiculous that he's had to literally post a video near enough every day just to get recognition, but that's genuinely how difficult it is to get noticed on YouTube. If you're a Gears of War creator, it's very difficult to kind of sustain a living doing content creating on a smaller game like Gears of War. I know some people say, what do you mean a smaller game? Well, because Gears of War is purely for Xbox, and obviously it's moved over to PC as well, but because it's not a multi-platform game like the likes of Fortnite, which you can play near enough on anything, PUBG, again, you can play on anything, you can't, I wouldn't say famous, but you can't get big that easily. You really need to kind of showcase your work over and over and over again to get the recognition. But yeah, shout out to Lee, SAS Shadows, for putting in the work and getting the recognition he deserves. Alrighty, moving on to the next part of this episode. Today we're going to be talking about the Gears montaging community being revived. So there's a lot of old teams coming back to the scene. Now, I know that sounds all great, bringing back big name teams. It's nice to see them appear again, but most of them, they've been led by new people. Most of them got big by having a kind of good stable of members, which is why they got popular. So some of the teams that are coming back are the likes of Control, Chaos, and if we just start with those two teams and explain a little bit of my feelings on them coming back. So for instance, Chaos, they got big from their big hitters or their big content creators such as Landon, Iceman, Like Butter, Yamimash. So they were like the pillars of Chaos in regards to the content creators. Maybe they weren't the biggest montagers in the team, but they were the content creators which really helped propel Chaos to different levels in regards to the Gears of War community. Again, they've not got fucking like 1 million subs or anything, so they're not like crazy known in YouTube, but they're known in the Gears of War YouTube community anyway. And it feels like bringing them back without those members, or bring them back without kind of OG Chaos members. A lot of Chaos members have now either left the community in general, they're no longer doing gaming, or they're in other teams. So for some people to bring back a team, I don't know, for me, I get it, you've been in that team before, so you've got every right to bring it back, but whether it's going to be anywhere near the same, who knows. Most likely it's not. The new leaders, etc., the new staff are going to need to really put their own kind of mark on it, and it's going to be difficult. You know, taking over a channel with 35,000, so taking over a channel that's got like 35k subs or something like that, I believe it's round about that, Chaos are on, that hasn't uploaded in so long, to then upload something completely different. It might go well, it might not. As I say, I'm not going to be hating on any. I'm not going to be hating on either of these teams just now. All that we can do is wait and see what they have in store. I know a lot of people have already commented saying it's not the same in regards to people that have been in the team, kind of went in and went out. So we'll see how it goes. Best of luck to both of them. The more teams the better. At the same time, maybe not have too many teams in the community. I think we should really focus on the quality content. So I'd rather have 4 big teams in the community that were releasing decent content, rather than having like 8 teams in the community and 4 of them were releasing just shit. So I'm not saying either of those teams are shit, I'm just kind of giving you my opinion. I think we should make sure all the big content creators are kept together, so we can release high quality content in the community, rather than everyone being spread across different teams, and then the whole feeling of the community isn't the same. Okay guys, moving on, let's get into the juiciness. The reason you probably clicked this video, as the thumbnail is fucking clickbait as fuck. So last week, Dr. Disrespect lost his fucking mind at Gears of War 5. He has talked shit about it before. I know people are like, well, his name's Dr. Disrespect, obviously he's going to disrespect games. Fantastic, that's great. But that's okay, disrespecting the game or having an opinion of the game, but see when your opinion's fucking stupid, that's when people kind of jump on board and go, what the fuck are you talking about? So basically, Dr. Disrespect was streaming the Gears of War multiplayer, and he got a little bit mad. Let's have a little look at the clip.
I wish I could go. There we are. Oh, that destroys me. Gotcha. Fucking, I don't know, man. I'm sticking to the. Get this fucking trashy ass game off my computer, man. I don't want to play this game. It's so limiting. I'm going like this to everything. Everything's like this. Stick, 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 stick. It's stupid. Overrated franchise. Overrated game. I can't stand it. But Dr. Edison, because you suck at it. It has nothing to do with sucking at it, right? You give me like a day on that game, I'll be dominant. It's so clunky, I'm not even interested in the game. I am not interested in it. It's unathletic. It's like, I want to feel free when I play a video game, right? It took 2.5 hours to turn off your shit Microsoft Xbox bar, right? And it took me 30 seconds to turn off and uninstall Gears of War 5. Like, you do the math. You do the math. It's not my cup of tea.
So as you can see, he has not mastered the cover system at all. So due to Gears of War being a third-person shooter with a cover system, it's probably beneficial to learn the cover system of a third-person shooter. Otherwise, you're going to be fucked. Now, I know a lot of games don't have cover systems that are popular kind of shooters, so trying to get into a game with a cover system is difficult. Now, there's a lot of games that you're purely based on your shooting, your movement, etc. isn't really a big factor, but in Gears of War, it's a very difficult game to kind of jump straight into. If you're a new player trying to get into Gears of War, you really need to learn your craft and get better at it and practice. You can't just jump on like COD and just start shooting people, turn around and fire. You really need to learn the movement, when and when not to take cover, how to take cover properly, how to wall bounce, how to strafe. Your movement is massive in Gears of War. As I say, it's not just your ability to shoot someone. So for Dr. Disrespect, probably is used to just jumping on games and being really good at them. For him to jump on a game and be fucking terrible at it, he probably didn't react too well to it. He uninstalled the game and called it trash, but funny enough, after this happened, he's actually got back into Gears of War 5. I think he probably sees the potential and probably sees he just needs to practice a little bit and get a little bit better. So he's been trying to nail the movement down. This one's been recorded by OP of Dr. Disrespect trying to wall bounce. Let's have a look at that.
How about this hallway? Look at this.
Yeah, so we bit rusty. Keep practicing. I think the point of wall bouncing is actually hitting the fucking walls, but nice try. But it is good to see these big streamers, etc. play Gears. So obviously I had Ninja last week, and now we have Dr. Disrespect. Whether they're actually just getting paid to do it or they actually want to play it is a different thing. I think they probably are just getting paid to play the game, which is fair enough. And it's good if they are being positive to the game, but if they're being negative towards the game, then it's not really doing too much. In regards to Gears of War 5 in general, I'll kind of break it down with the campaign, escape mode, horde and multiplayer in separate videos and give you my opinions on them. So far I can only really give the opinions on the multiplayer, but I'll do that in a separate video as I say. I've not really played the campaign fully, I've not played horde fully, I've played a bit of escape which seems alright, but I don't think I played it enough to really give a full opinion on it. So I'm going to keep playing Gears and I'll do separate videos on that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching episode 3 of Gears Alert. Next episode we have some more juicy gossip, including some catfishing in the community. You've got to love a good catfish in the community, so we'll get into that next episode, along with all the other drama that will unfold throughout the next couple of weeks. So yeah guys, if you want to help out Gears Alert, remember there is a little donations thing below. Any money put towards this will get put towards Gears Alert, so new graphics etc for the show. Maybe put a wee green screen behind me, just make it all look a little bit nicer. So yeah guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next show.
Like this, stick, 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 stick. Stick, 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 stick. It's stupid.